Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the next 3 months. This is for quarter 3 of 2022. We're going to just jump right in here and see what is going on for you at this time. You have 2 cards there at the end, which is interesting. Already looks really good. You have very powerful cards here. Ace of Cups, Chariot, Tower. For some of you, that could just be a move, which I feel like has come up for you several times in the past. But, to me, the Tower is not a bad card. The Tower is part of the Fool's journey. It's necessary to happen in life, so not necessarily a bad thing. The other thing is that when it shows up with something like the Chariot, it could just simply represent a move, or it could represent you deciding to move. You start off with this think on your feet card. I do feel like there are, I think this is just a good way to be right now. You're not the only sign that has had a message like this, but I don't really feel like it's saying so much think on your feet as it is saying there are going to be some opportunities that are going to be presented to you, but you're going to have to move quickly is more like the energy I'm getting here. I also feel the Fox energy can kind of represent blending into something. Like in the Ted Andrews Animal Speak book, he talks about the fox where, he was talking about a friend that saw a fox and went to a party and imagined himself being invisible while he was sitting in a chair, and people kept sitting on his lap because he was imagining himself being invisible. So he talks about the fox being an energy of being able to blend into situations. And I feel that will be very beneficial for you over the next 3 months. It's like if you're dealing with people, it's like you're not being fake. I don't think you're being a fake person, but there might be a certain way that you can act, or a certain way you should act around a certain group of people. I think those things, just thinking about those things, I feel will be very helpful for you. You have the Ace of Cups, the Chariot, and the Tower here. And I feel like you've dealt with many quick situations in love. So I feel like you've had a lot of Tower moments in love in general. If you're looking for love, definitely I feel love could be coming in for you here over the next 3 months. Again, is it a major focus? Probably not. I would say for most people, it's probably not a major focus over the next 3 months. But if you want it, I feel like it's here. So I'll just put it out there. I do feel that there could be movement going on here as well. Again, you have the Chariot, you have the Tower. I feel like if you're moving, you're just moving for a better opportunity, and that's what it looks like to me. For others, I feel like there's just a lot of opportunity to have victories in your life with the Chariot. These are going to require kind of changes. You notice there are these 2 sphinxes on the front of the Chariot, and they're both pointing in opposite directions. One's going this way, and one's going this way. I kind of see a bunch of those choices over the next 3 months, where there are going to be a lot of opportunities for you to go this way or this way. I mostly feel this for you in business here, Leo. So if you're making any changes in business or career or work, I kind of feel like I would make sure to do this right here. I would make sure to listen to your heart with the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups can represent love, an opportunity being presented to you in love and all that other good stuff. But to me, the Ace of Cups is also your heart. It's like, what is your heart telling you to do? What direction does your heart want you to move? And that's what I would listen to here. I feel like where you could get in trouble is not listening to your heart. So again, I would listen to your inner voice, your heart. I would make sure you're doing things to connect to yourself over the next 3 months, and just see what happens, right? Plain and simple. Next, you have this Courage card. Again, pretty straightforward reading, this reading. You have the King of Wands, so you're showing up as yourself as well here. I feel like this is putting you in a position of power and strength. I feel like you're coming up as very courageous at this time. But I do also feel that there are some decisions that you are making that might require courage, or might require you to be more brave. I would also say with this King of Wands, I feel like there are some opportunities that are going to require you to be you're kind of on the leading edge is the energy I get here. And what I mean by that is in work or business, you might be doing things that are very fresh, very new, very innovative ideas. You could even be doing things that use new technology, or whatever you want to call it, new techniques or things like that. If you are looking for opportunities, I would be looking for work or business opportunities on the leading edge, whatever the hell that means. Again, maybe you work in computers or something, and maybe there's a company that is doing very new things. I know I'm speaking kind of generally here, mostly because I have no clue what I'm talking about. But what I would say is I would look for those opportunities with the King of Wands, mostly because I feel like being brave and being on the leading edge is where you need to be. And I also feel like it's going to lead to like a lot of abundance, a lot of success with this energy. I also feel like you're very attractive at this time. You have the King of Wands, but you also have the Magician as your center card. I'm literally just getting magnetic energy. I feel like you are kind of like magnetic at this time. This could literally be in love. So just like I said, I kind of feel like love is a choice for you over the next 3 months. If you want it, it's there. If you don't want it, that's perfectly fine as well. You don't have to accept it. Again, pretty much, I'd say like 90% of the signs, I'm almost at the end of all these readings, and most of the people have had it. That's how it's been. It's kind of just been like a choice. It's like if you want it, it's there. If you don't, that's fine too. But what I would say is I feel like you are very magnetic at this time. So I feel that you are attracting things very quickly. When you think about it, Chariot is as above, so below. And the Magician is very quick manifestations. The Magician, you can manifest things lickety split, very, very quickly with the Magician energy. So it's definitely something to think about. You also have the King of Swords here. I would be careful with King of Swords energy because here's the thing. Magician, obviously very magical energy. King of Swords is trying to logic things into your life and being too serious, right? It's also super interesting to me that your last card here is, I didn't even see this, it says Magician's Sword on it, and it says confidence is your magic. So the more you believe that something is for you, the more you believe that you can accomplish something. And I would also say the more confident and courageous you can be, the more successful you'll be. So those are the energies that I would be embracing at this time. I also think it's interesting. Well, actually, we'll talk about this in a second. You have the Magician's Sword card here, and it says confidence is your magic, and you have this eagle card. The eagle is kind of about flying in the sky. The eagle flies very high. It can see very far, but it can't see all the way around the curve of the earth. So it is about kind of like staying open to things that come your way. I also just feel a lot of like success coming in for you here with this energy. But what I wanted to say is that the Magician is pointing down to the moon. You have the Eight of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and the moon here. The moon is kind of a little bit magical. Not really, more about mysteries, but you see here, there's this path straight down the moon to these mountains in the background. Mountains represent achievements in the tarot. And I kind of feel like this is saying that there is going to be an opportunity for you over the next 3 months. Maybe it's not exactly clear. Again, the moon is kind of like hard to see. It's a mystery. Sometimes maybe we get presented an opportunity with the moon. And I always say the moon, to me, doesn't say stop. The moon is part of the fool's journey. We have to keep going. The moon can represent fears or illusions, but really, I look at the moon as something we need to bring down to earth. The moon can represent something that we are imagining. We're saying, like, wouldn't it be nice if I, had this relationship, or wouldn't it be nice if I had this business, or, whatever it is that you want. So I kind of feel that the moon is something that you need to bring down to earth. And again, there's a path straight down the middle of the moon. The two pillars on the moon kind of represent needing to stay on the path. They are kind of the warning against getting off the path. The dog and the coyote, they kind of represent our tame side, our domesticated side is the word I was looking for, and also our wild side, in bringing those two things into balance. For some reason, that's popping into my head. I kind of feel like you need a little bit of your wild energy, and I also feel that you need a little bit of your domestic energy, your more kind of focused energy. I feel like kind of harmonizing those two energies will lead to a lot of success for you. I also feel like some of you could be dealing with a Pisces, by the way. If you're looking for love, could be a Pisces. It might also just be it could be in business as well. But the reason I'm laughing is because I feel like in business, sorry about that, Leo, my camera overheated. So as I was saying, the reason I was laughing is because the moon, I feel like in business, if it's a person that you're attracting in business, I feel like one of you is more like kind of like that domestic, logical, grounded side. The other side the other person is maybe a little bit more the wild side, but it's like, I don't know, if you're working together with someone, it could work out really well. It's like there's like one person who I think has crazy ideas, and like the other person here, whether it's you or them, doesn't matter, is the person who grounds the ideas in reality or makes them a reality. So again, you could be attracting like a business partner here. And I feel like that would be very good for you. Again, it is popping to man as a business partner, so I'm just going to toss it out there. With the Ace of Cups, you have the World card. So definitely some accomplishments coming in for you. I'm just getting the word accomplishments on the World card. That's the only thing that's popping into my head. So I feel you could be achieving things here. I will say in this row, we have the Chariot and the World and the Tower. So definitely could be like a move or traveling. With the Chariot, you have the Queen of Cups. Definitely could be attracting a water sign if you're looking for love. I kind of feel like you need a little bit more of that nurturing energy here, just in general. I'm not just saying in love. Like, definitely, if you're attracting love, I feel like you're attracting a person who's much more nurturing. Doesn't matter what gender, by the way, just because they're showing up as the Queen of Cups. But I also feel like in other areas of your life as well, it'd be a really good idea to take moments to take care of yourself, right? With the Queen of Cups, nurture yourself. Maybe you need some spa days. Maybe you need some just some time for yourself. I would make sure to take those moments over the next few months and just to, take care of yourself. That's it. With the Tower, you have the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like your focus is very important. I would definitely focus on your finances. I feel very weird about finances over the next few months. Really, I mean, till, I don't know, 2028, 2030 or something like that. We're going through some, very deep financial changes is what I'd say. I feel like money is going to look very different by the time we get to even 2025 maybe. Really probably after that though, I would say I feel like it's going to take some time. That's why I say 2030. We have other changes going on between now and 2030. People always ask me, is it going to be cryptocurrency? If I'm being honest with you, I have no freaking clue. I think there's too much uncertainty as far as I'm concerned in the astrology, where it could be anything. It could be something else that we don't even know. So, like I always say, I would play it safe with investments. I would make sure to do as much research as you possibly can into any investments. I said on a podcast a few months ago with someone that, as far as investments are concerned, I think there's a lot of money to be made, but I also think there's a lot of money to be lost. So, people always ask me those questions, and I always say, I would just do as much research as you possibly can and learn and pay attention. It's like if you're going to get into something, stocks, crypto, real estate, whatever, I feel like if you learn the ins and outs of it, then you're going to do very well. But if you don't, I feel like there's a lot of danger there in all of those, in everything, right? So I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying pick something if you want to make money through investments. Pick something, learn everything you possibly can, as much as you possibly can. And is it going to be safe? Hell no. But I feel like you're going to be giving yourself a better chance. Let's put it that way. With the King of Wands, you have the Ten of Wands. You have the Ten of Wands twice here. Again, I feel like, I don't even think we covered the last row because my camera turned off. I think I only talked about the Moon card. We're going to come back to that last row in just a second. Sorry. But, and we'll talk more about this last row. But the Ten of Wands, I feel like is thinking is like too many responsibilities that you think you have to take on. I would be careful, like if you feel like there are things that you have to do, I would be careful of those types of obligations. Like if you're doing things because you think that there's some sort of obligation that exists, could be like family or how people will perceive something, I would be careful of those things. I'm not saying don't do them, but it's like sometimes, like I'm trying to come up with a good example for you here, but sometimes I think we do things in life because we are worried about how like other people will see it, but really are other people looking at you? I would say no, is what I feel like saying. Again, I don't really have a good example here, but it's like there could be certain things where it's like maybe you're getting sucked into obligations, and I would be careful of that. With the Magician, you have the Lovers, so definitely love coming in for you here if you want it. Like I said, if you want it, I feel like you are super magnetic right now. I feel like you are attracting things very quickly. The Lovers is also being at a crossroads. I do feel like you have a choice. Remember, we were talking with the Chariot about the two directions here, and I feel like there are multiple crossroads that you're going to be coming up against over the next few months. With the King of Swords, I'm telling you right now, I would avoid this energy, the King of Swords energy. You have the Five of Swords. Some of you could literally be going through a breakup. For the most part, I feel like this is talking about past breakups, so you could be thinking about that. But I also, for whatever reason, I just feel like it's saying cut out that King of Swords energy. I'm not saying don't be logical. I'm not saying don't use your wisdom, but it's like if you're trying to make something that isn't logical, I feel like it's gonna kind of like ruin it in some ways. I don't know why this is coming up. Normally, I wouldn't say something like that, but it's definitely popping up here. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Ace of Pentacles. So, okay, let's talk about this last row. We didn't really cover it. You have the Eight of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Moon. We talked a little bit about the Moon. I feel like the Eight of Swords in the Ace of Pentacles is saying, if you're only looking at one way of doing things, you always get this in your readings. It probably isn't a mistake that I skipped it, right? If you're thinking that things can only go a certain way, one way, I feel like you're going to be stuck. The Ace of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords is about needing to realize that there are multiple different ways that you can do anything in your life. And so I feel like you kind of need to stay open to different ways of doing things in your life. Major opportunity there. With the Ten of Wands, you have the King of Cups. Again, some of you have the King and Queen of Cups. In this middle row, Queen of Cups, Lovers, King of Cups. Divine counterparts, like I said. I feel like if you're attracting love into your life, here's the thing, is I feel like there are probably multiple people that could be coming into your life over the next 3 months. I feel like that the nurturing energy would just be a better energy for you right now. And again, take it how it resonates. Tarot isn't meant to control your life. Date whoever you want, as far as I'm concerned. But what I would say here is I just feel like there could just be a person who stands out, who's more nurturing, more caring, a more caring type of person. I just feel it's like, I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but I feel like it's like the energy you need. I don't think you need a person. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying, I feel like it's like the energy you need right now. I feel like it'd be a good person for you. So, definitely could be a divine counterpart. For some of you, I feel, again, this could be a business partner, like I said, and, I feel like they could have some wacky ideas, but could just be so crazy that they work. With the Moon, you have the Wheel of Fortune. There you go. I feel like the Moon is what changes everything here in your reading. I feel like it's the kind of like these ideas that you're having that are leading to like a change in your fortunes and definitely a lot of success. So this is an awesome reading here, Leo. I love it. I feel like there's a lot of good things coming in for you. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your next 3 months.